Whether it's Motivation Monday, Trainer Tip Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, or Food Find Friday, Fit Fed Feeling Good wants to inspire you weekly with one of those topics. I'm Meg, a personal trainer, group fitness instructor, food lover, and overall well-being enthusiast, and I hope your week works out and leaves you feeling fit, fed, feeling good. Hello, and welcome back to Fit, Fed, Feeling Good. I am Meg, your host, and this is the podcast where we talk all things fitness, food, and feeling good. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Fit, Fed, Feeling Good. I am so happy to have you along with this conversation. Today is a fitness and a feeling good episode, and this episode is airing a little bit after, well, hopefully after, our nation's big storm is hitting. If you're in the United States, you've probably experienced rain or snow or ice or power outages or maybe a gas shortage if you're on a propane tank, or roads that you can't travel on, or what else? Extreme cold temperatures that you're not used to or that you're in the midst of. And it might be affecting your regular schedule. So I want to talk about, one, this isn't an everyday. This is very unusual that we're in this. I think they say a historic storm. If you look on any of the socials, this is a very big deal. People have lost power. People are not doing their regular day or schedule or even week. Businesses are closed, and I am staying up on the Weather Channel and the news outlets and, of course, the socials just to see what is happening, mostly in my area, just see how the roads are and about the power outages and just checking on the people that we know and care for. So I just wanted to check in mostly about the fitness side of this because it's not typical. So this is a time where we're probably not getting in our car to go to a regular class, or maybe the gym is closed. So we need to find out ways that we can get some movement without needing to go drive, or if a fitness facility that we love is closed, or the pool that we normally swim at is closed, or your pickleball court, whatever it is that you like to get your movement. It probably had some adjusted hours or adjusted schedules or just even closures. So what do we do in those instances when we still need to move and we don't want to just say, I'm just going to cuddle up and read a book, even though maybe that's just what you need. So that is great. And if that's what is serving you, have at it and have a great time. But if you are thinking, I wanted to go to class and I just wasn't able to move. Well, let me give you just a list of few ideas I have for you that you can do at home to get some steps in and move. One, if your internet's still connected and you have power, YouTube is a great source. I've said this before. I have the YouTube page, Fit Fed Feeling Good. I like to do these shorts where we get little bursts of movement throughout the day, 60-second plank or 60-second dance or 60-second even march in place. Then there are fuller videos that you can find someone's strength series. You can find yoga or stretch. Maybe this is a time that you're going to embrace just doing some recovery moves where you're going to put on some restorative yoga videos and take advantage to give your body a little bit of movement, but in a really good restorative way. So YouTube is my number one. Not number one in any particular order, but my first kind of avenue that you can go down to get some movement. My number two, if you even have one stair in your house, the stair is an amazing tool. And especially, I will say, if it has a railing next to it for you to hold on to. You could do step ups, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. You can turn to the side and do some squat taps. You can do soft elevated lunges or turn around and do reverse elevated lunges if you'd like, if your knees are feeling up for that. So the stair is a great tool to use. You can do some power knees where you have one foot on that stair and the other foot on the floor, and you're just driving that knee like you're doing some mountain climbers. You can use a timer if you'd like, which is one of my favorite tools to use. So I would say the stair is a great thing. If you don't have a stair, you could still do all of these moves with the idea of a stair. So you still think of that one foot in front, do your moves, turn around, put the other foot in front. And if you have some sort of chair, and hold on to it. That leads me to my third area where you can get some movement is with a chair. A chair is a wonderful piece of equipment to replicate a bar class or a TRX. So I have a bar stool that has a higher back, and I like to hold on to the back of the bar stool. Of course, it's not anchored, so there's a little bit of I guess trial and error to make sure that that stool is very nice and stable. So do whatever you need to do to make sure it is not going to wobble on you or move. So you could do some pulsing bar work. You can do some squats. You can use that bar stool to replicate bar class or a TRX in some specific moves, not every. You could do box squats by sitting on that chair and just stand up, tap your bottom down, stand up, tap your bottom down. And of course, if you need rest, that chair is right there for you to take a little bit of time to recover, right back at it. You can hold on to that bar stool, turn to the side and do side leg raises, front leg raises, lunge pulses. Even turn on that YouTube with some sort of bar class and use that chair in replace of the bar. So we have the YouTube channels where you could find any and all sort of workouts, but then to use those tools. So if the YouTube class has, maybe they're using a step, turn it on with the stair right next to you. And then you have the chair and the stair. The third thing are, of course, water bottles or soup cans. Now, they're light. A water bottle is 16.9 ounces typically, so we have a pound. Little light 1-pound weights are wonderful for maybe a lengthen and define class or a weighted bar class or those studio type method classes where we're just lengthening and extending with that little tiny bit of resistance. So those water bottles and soup cans, you have a pound in each hand if you're holding a water bottle. And just like some people have said, when I was on Sarah Hart Unger's podcast, she was talking about even if you plan a little bit of your day, it is better than no planning at all. And when I talk to her about fitness, getting 10 minutes of movement a day is better than no movement a day. So I am saying that about these water bottles. Hold those water bottles. You're still getting more than if you weren't. So it might not be like going to the gym and getting your 15, 20-pound weights. Just kind of see how those water bottles feel. Maybe you'll need to do a little bit higher repetitions just to feel it. But water bottles, soup cans, perfect little addition to put a little extra resistance into the movements that you're doing. Then we're going to go to those bands. I love bands. They're super easy to travel with. They're easy to carry. They're easy to store. And they're relatively inexpensive. I'm not saying they don't cost anything, but they're relatively inexpensive and they hold very minimal space. So you can even throw them in a backpack if you're traveling. And resistance bands are wonderful. You can do so many exercises. You can do squats with the resistance little loop mini band around your legs, and you can feel that extra resistance on them. You can do side steps. You could do tricep kickbacks. You can do biceps. And you can just search these too to try to find out how you do these exercises with the band if you're not sure. thinking, well, how do I do a bicep curl with a band? So if you just search it, I'm sure you'll find the information, or go to that YouTube page and look up resistant band workouts. You'll find upper and lower and even some core work. Some of my favorite abdominal exercises are using those resistance bands. They are wonderful. So I love the resistance bands. I love using water bottles. I actually used the water bottles today because I am remote in a new location and I taught a class and had a client. So I was using those water bottles. And the only thing that was, I think, probably a negative about it is my client probably could hear the swishing of the water, but I tried to slow it down. But it was really fun, and it modeled that you can use anything and get a little bit of movement. Now, the last piece of indoor home equipment, if you can't get outside or don't want to get on those roads, is a little mat. Now, yoga mats, exercise mats come in all shapes and widths. I should say thicknesses. So you could have the sticky yoga mats that are just for that hardcore yoga. Your mat's not going to slip. Obviously, non-slip is preferred for your exercise. But then there are some pretty thick mats that feel great to do your stretches and your recovery work. They'll cushion your heels of your hands for a little wrist support. And I think it's a really good tool to have, especially if you're not one that slows down and does some recovery work, stretching. Having that mat, especially if you're able to come down to the floor. I know there's a population or even certain individuals that say, I'm not going down on the floor, which is fine. But if you even have that yoga mat that's a non-slip, that you can do your side steps or your marching in place, sometimes it's feeling a little better for your knees, which is, how can that be? Not bad. But anyway, so those are my tips for indoor work. But I hope everybody is staying safe and staying warm and doing their best. I know many areas have unexpected weather and are dealing with it in their own way. So I'm thinking about you all, and I hope that you are feeling fit, fed, and feeling good. So, nourish yourself well, stay warm, stay safe, and I will be back in your ears next Wednesday, hopefully with a little more fun and fitness and food episode to keep you moving. Thank you so much for joining the conversation today. And remember, this is entertainment only. I am not a doctor or a medical professional, so please seek your professional medical advice if you need. Get the help you need. And this is entertainment only. Please use it for those purposes. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.